What's up, guys? Miguel here, aka Torrent, coming back with another vSeeBox video. Today we're going through the top 4 burning questions for April. These were all of the top comments that I had on all my videos that I'm answering here today. But listen, before we dive in, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. vSeeBox is giving me exclusive early access to the up-and-coming V6 Pro. Now, we don't have a release date yet, but you can already start pre-ordering them now. And if you do, you could use my code Torrent329 to get 10 to 12% off. And I'll put the link somewhere in the bio. And again, if you want to be the first in line to check out the video when it drops, make sure you hit that subscribe and the notification bell option. So let's get into the top 4 burning questions of this month with vSeeBox. So in no specific order, number 1, does this have playback recording / DVR? No, not traditional DVR. So on the V6 Plus, you get something called Playback. Certain channels have this icon. I'll put it over here. And when you click on it, you could scroll through previously recorded content and play it. But the catch is that you don't control what gets recorded, and that's it. That's all the V6 really offers. So you get that playback and video on demand. And TV on demand. So number 2, why am I getting freezing or buffering when I play it? So this is usually like a setup issue. First thing I would do is that if you're on Wi-Fi, switch to Ethernet. That alone should fix a lot of the problems. Second, there's a setting in the app that shows your download speed when you're streaming. I'll put it over here. Keep an eye on that when buffering starts to happen. You could also run speed tests. There's usually an app built into it that'll tell you a little bit more about what speed you're getting. And if everything checks out and it's still happening, I would go to vSeeBox directly, the website. I'll put it down here. Send an email to support. And if you're under warranty, they might be able to see what's happening on the back end, if anything. So number 3, is the box legit or sketchy? This is the question everybody wants answered. So there's definitely a gray area here. The box itself is legal, but how it's used can vary. Listen, I've had mine for over 4 months now, and it does exactly what it says. No issues at all on my end. With that being said, just understand what you're getting yourself into. Some of the content access isn't exactly traditional. So yes, it does work as advertised. Just be aware. So number 4, why is it worth $300 to $450? So in my opinion, yes, it is worth that amount. And it comes down to one thing: convenience. You could take this box out, plug it in, and be fully set up in 5 minutes. And I've shown it in another video over here somewhere. Could you do this cheaper? Absolutely. You'll see people saying, just buy a $35 Android box and set it up yourself. And guess what? They're not wrong. But now you're spending hours researching, testing apps, watching tutorials, tweaking settings, hoping everything works. And that is really the trade-off: time versus money. To my knowledge, as the recording of this video, nothing matches how fast and easy this setup is. So yeah, convenience has a price. And whether it's worth it, it depends on how much you value your time. So that's it for this one. Keep the questions coming. I absolutely love making these videos. We've also got an elite unboxing coming soon, and I'm waiting to get my hands on the V6 Pro. Do not miss that. This is going to be fun. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care, guys.